Give thanks and praise. Shammai, Yasharala, Hawa, Hakad. Nam Meyoho Renge Kyo. Nam Meyoho Renge Kyo. Nam Meyoho Renge Kyo. Give thanks and praise to the mystical laws of the universe and its protective forces in nature that guide our thoughts and our path in all ways that are correct and lawful. Give thanks. Yeah, Miss Nia, I think this connection here is like this. You know them kind of energy. I share certain information, The connection, I go always, I go in and out. Because I keep seeing it on my things about your connection is unstable. So it is what it is. However, we are give thanks for the opportunity so we can express ourselves in this basic form. And what we really want to try to get across is from where I'm looking from my perspective. Looking out, I can see just one level plane. You know what I mean? And that plane is what I'm call the earth. And I guess we're all a part of this earth, irrespective of your location. We are all a part of this earth that make we connected. And that a one form of connection. And then we look and see the air where we are breathe and realize that, hey, are the same thing. We all are breathe the same air, And when I look upon what them call human race, I say it's only that. Just that. Human race. Probably different species of the human race, but we're all a part of the human race. So from my point of view, I don't really have the notions of this separation when I say, boy, I'm different from that or I'm separate from those or I kind of move away from that energy there. Because it's not really productive. Then you step away from it. And next an olive branch to all those who can vibrate on the right frequency, knowing, say, boy, we might have with differences, but I mean, we're still there here on this plane and we still have face the same situation in various forms. And it's not about taking over anything, it's about controlling yourself, That is the goal, at least for I, is to try to control myself and maintain a particular kind of standard where I'm concerned. And that take intrinsic, that's a view, you have to go inside and look from the inside, and work on the inside. Yeah, we don't have nothing to prove. We don't have nobody where we are trying to impress. And I have my brother there, but I feel heal Dark Man X because Dark Man X are my brother even to this day. We remain the link there. All honor with respect to Dark Man X TV, Dark Man X platform. Honor. Yeah, man, and to all of the other platforms who are out there do them thing. It is what it is, You're free to do whatever you choose. That's the beauty about free will. The trick is that you want to make sure, at least when you make a decision, you come from a place of knowing, where you find comfort. And from you have them kind of foundation that it's kind of hard to move you. It's like me knowing who I am, knowing I am right here on this rock. And this rock is called America, irrespective of the federal terms. However, the state is Jamaica or Zamaka. Right now, it is being governed by a corporate entity, which is the government of Jamaica. And there's no issue, no problem, because there are public against, you only can govern by our consent. And the moment we are in a capacity where we can say, hey, this is who we are, then you have to acknowledge and accept the fact, say, yo, if we don't have no contract, then if you want a contract, we can contract. But if there's no adhesive contract, then you have to, stand down. But yes, to the chat, it's a beautiful thing. I like deep and yap. I like to share my point of view. I'm fascinated with the term what I'm call liberty, you know. And I now look upon it from the, you'd call them the ordinary dictionary meaning, where some people have said liberty of a sail and ship and all those things. I not really I play around with them kind of semantics that it don't make no sense. And then me I look at a document where it has a false arrest and imprisonment. I like them kind of information there. Lawful and unlawful means by which government acts in depriving an individual of his liberty. Deprivation of liberty is a mere often arbitrary and unlawful act than it is otherwise. I guess a routine, everybody know this. Now it is become intolerable when zealous officers are authorized to arrest on sight every person, public policy guised as law. Well, give thanks. I think this is where the people would have to take them time to apply themselves by looking at the definition of these words. And without and the meaning of these words, then we're going to have problem going forward. Most people want to jump right in the middle. Them just want to jump right where it's at. Yeah, this is where I'm at. And it's like, if you don't have certain foundation, it's going to be tough. Because to be truly free, you have to arm yourself with correct knowledge. You know what I mean? The basic requisite that everybody know that. You know, if you be a rocket scientist, you know, if you go on a top university, you just want to know the basics. And if you're going to interact with the system, you have to know them language. That's just the basics. There's nothing here to prove. You know what I mean? Nothing to prove. It's just, I'm gonna make a choice. Say, hey, I look out and boy, I work for a very long time, and I see my mama work, I see my grandmama work. I come working, my children working. When does it stop? When do we get a rest? You know what I mean? Grandmom going to work herself to death, just like granddad. And it's a repetitious cycle. So what's going on? So you have a few people like myself will ask that question. And the moment we start asking that question, then boom, you're on that journey. And once you start seek, usually you'll find sometime it take a little bit more than we do it. Because people are going to do what they want to do, irrespective of what anybody else think. I'm not going to do what I want to do. Yeah, man. But if you arm yourself with the correct information, then when you do decide what you want to do, you're not going to be too far apart from that part where you need to get on. Man, them enslave us mentally. And now, because the education where has been given to us, we now voluntarily a subject and submit ourselves to. And I don't say nothing wrong with it. Again, I respect free will. A man have a right to choose wherever I want to go, however I want to do it. That's a man right. As long as I'm not harm the man, destroying a man property, I'm not defrauding a man. That man have a right to do any way I want to. And when I say man, I mean man or woman. You know what I mean? Some things where we come across is the fact that the birth certificate are one of the primary documents where them use for really get we caught up. Go on. For one, you gotta have a state file number on that birth certificate. You gotta have what we call an assessor's parcel number representing land. You know? You gotta find it in the what them call them thing there. Sometimes you have to just do the research still. You can't just give everything away. However, once you can access that thing, that's your prima facie evidence, that's that your account. Because it's only with your own information will you be able to access those accounts. And you're going to find out how to get your QSIP number and start take your time on your own. Because nobody never teach me none of these things. Nobody not teach we nothing like these things. We just discover these things. And true, I can do it. Any man can do it. And me I tell you, so when a man will say, our guru, no. I probably just know a little bit more than you right now. Yeah, man, but I'm always a student. Always a seek to learn. You know what I mean? And from where I'm sitting, like we're there at the bottom of the table. Everybody get more than a jump start. However, it now got the swayed way. Once you realize that we have an inheritance to reclaim, then that's the priority. It's not about all these stories and all these communities and all these growths. And you teach your house. Make sure you find unity within your house. If you can't find it in your house, how can you find it outside of your house? If you can't unite your organs within for discipline them for know say, hey, I'm gonna go up on even a 5-hour fast, just a 5-hour fast, where I'm now go intake nothing at all for only 5 hours. I'm not gonna discipline my body for just do that for just 5 hours. You know what I mean? This is where it's gonna take, you know. It's gonna take self-discipline, what I'm call awareness, being cognizant. So we are not here, I personally am not here to say, hey, I'm here to, you know, prove anything and I know this more than this next man or, you know. That's why we read every day, we study every day, we apply ourselves every day. Because we have to catch up. Because we're not smart enough. You know what I mean? The education that they have given to us, we realize that it's been incomplete. You know what I mean? And in order for you to catch that balance, you have to become self-taught, become what's known as autodidactic. That's where it really got to take. So you have to choose to say, boy, I'm going to apply myself. I first start, you know, at least try to see what these words mean before I start jump to any conclusion. You know what I mean? I ain't not there with the ego thing. I ain't have no interest in it. I just give thanks that here is a platform. And I have some private personal situation where the government of Jamaica pulled me into the public. Then, hey, here I am. I'm in the public. Give thanks. Yes, me have a situation where I think it's November 30th, about 10:20, 10:19, 10:20 p.m. at night. Me I roll through on the Causeway Expressway. And by that place named Tinsipen, I get pulled over by 3 corporate policy officers. That's what they are. I call them Larry, Curly, and Mo. I think they're geniuses. Because I'm traveling in my private automobile with nothing that correspond or affiliate with the government of Jamaica. However, these guys pull me over and say, listen, I'm going to place you in handcuff and call the wrecker and put your car on the wrecker. And I won't take you out the handcuff until your car is on that wrecker. It's really my mantra. Yeah. New Hampshire law, you guys know it to put it out there. And that's the document where the guys make contract and the 3 guys' name on the document. The same document that's going to indict them, because that document showing them say the moment you solicit in your corporate capacity and I offer to contract without telling us about the silent consequence or the corporate consequence of contracting, then it's called silent inducement by fraud. And fraud vitiate all things. But because these guys doesn't read and write properly, I should say, you know, I can't say they cannot read and write. Them just not really know the difference between ordinary meaning, legal meaning, and etymological meaning. That's just it. And I'm quite sure the moment we get up to speed, it will be a whole different ball game. However, traffic court, I went on the 18th. The judge was a little bit hostile. Threatened me with psychological evaluation, threatened me with incarceration. However, I just take silent judicial notice, knowing she don't have no jurisdiction, because that's the only thing I claim. I don't ever here to talk about vehicle. I'm here to ask you where is jurisdiction. You have none. However, we have a trial for January 18, which is a beautiful thing, because now, you know, the stage is set. Then I went to court on the 20th, because they charged me for a keyring, a ratchet knife on my keyring. And in that court, that's where I saw a judge for the first time, because the traffic court was just one of those resident magistrate, like a little bank clerk, administrative clerk. But in that court, when it's all said and done, the judge read out his statement and let me know it's like it doesn't exist. And the judge actually stand, put his arm up in the air and bow 3 times. Say, remember I was a good judge. Remember I did the right thing. Come to sit in my courtroom anytime. And then I had to acknowledge that on record, saying, yes, you're a good judge. Yes, you've done the right thing. Yes, I accept your invitation to these things. And that's one of my disappointments. I have records, a few other stuff, but I'm that court recording, you know. However, me talk to the judge, because I know after me and him meet, we're going to be lifelong friends, because this is how these things work. So when I try, so we're not have to be belligerent. We're not have to be ignorant. We're not have to be no bully or no bad people. It's not about that. It's about exercising your, that's why you know, you do diligent research. That's all it is. Nothing to prove. However, people like division. Kind division, people can get for make money or, you know, get a soundbite or, you know, feel important. But I say I burn the division. I have no kind of divide with no one. Period. You know what I mean? I never want to go be body. I'm quite sure of that. I have no interest there anyway. But for things, so boy, hey, because you're an African, I can't talk to you, or because you're a Japanese, I can't talk to you, or because you're a Chinese, or, you know what I mean? I'm not upon that thing. Leave that for that level. Everybody is a just different level, you know? And some people are limited to their capacity. So who am I for judge? It's only by your commission or your omission you shall be judged. So we do give thanks for the basic. We do give thanks when we actually get a chance to say, public, this is our point of view. This is our perspective. You know what I mean? And we here on the island here, you know, it's like heaven. However, it can be like hell. So it's all about the choices. A box, so I wheel a thing called compassion. So it's that me a push right now. See how we can balance ourselves with compassion. You know what I mean? And each one teach one. Now, I go there and talk, but I go throw a little bit of information every now and again, because you know these YouTube things go. I don't have no interest in whether I want to block or don't block. I have no interest in it. My thing is not monetized. I don't have no interest in that either. None at all. However, with that birth certificate and that all capital name, I think one of the best thing and the quickest thing a man can do is, my thing is saying, however, when you can copyright that name, it's one of the first and most important steps, because it kind of limit outside use. You know what I mean? Those guys were going to use it for profit or gain at your expense. So you copyright, copy claim that name, it makes sense. You know what I mean? And create up a statement of truth in the form of an affidavit or an affidavit of registered ownerships. You know, those basic things. Them things that people come with all kind of information. Listen, it's not new. It's just a different style. Nothing new. The man who is astute enough on the side, so boy, I want to take him time and apply himself. He will figure out a whole lot of things and at least start making steps. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing for learn something and actually I try put something in place. And it's the next thing when you try store a whole bunch of information and you're not doing nothing at all. 5 year, 10 year run off and you know a whole lot of things, but you say, what have you done? Nothing. Okay. So right now I'm on a level where if you're not active, it don't make no sense. You have to qualify before we even can get close. Because we're not really there to talk about we are looking at group thing. We're not form a nation thing. You know what I mean? It's not a body thing. We just know some boy, if we know some information, we can share it. It's not an issue that. And every man have a platform, so every man can do this thing. You know what I mean? Every man can do this thing. You have a lot of people have YouTube fame, and that is not a bad thing if that's what you want. You know what I mean? Again, it's a free will. You're free to do what you choose to do. You're right. You have that right. You know what I mean? If I have 10 people viewing, I give thanks, and I see 8 people out of that 10 people then say like, and 8 people dislike, and all of these things for me on that level. The things, we need more of these things. We need more of us to come in together to say, yo, make we sit down now, brethren. Yo, even though you look that way and me look that way, make we just ignore the look thing, you know, and make we just vibrate on the frequency, you know, at least for this moment, and achieve something, and accomplish something, and get something done, anything done. And then we can look at it and say, wow, you know, say, for a moment we come together and do this. You know what I mean? This is what we need. We're tired of the division, Rasta. We're tired of this ego thing. Well, I can't knock a man for him ego, because again, every man, I have mine too. I try balance my ego with my soul. That's why I chant, Nam me yoho, benge kyo. Your intellectual ability is like your muscle. If you go out every day and you do push up, oh gosh, man, you're going to swell, you're going to look cut. Gosh, man, you start sound different. A man say, yo, why am I do twang? No. It's just a different part of the brain has been stimulated. So you start sound different because what? Your vocabulary have now been extended. You use wholly more words than when you was in that limited state. And we need more of these things. We need more of these things in order for you to be free. You have to get it in your mind. You have to get it in your spirit. You have to get it in your soul. And you see, the moment you reach there, I care not what they want to do to me. Watch me. Kill me 100 times and bring me back, bring me forward. I'll never give in. Why? Because I'm correct. Because I'm lawful in whatever it is I'm doing. Because if it's not correct or lawful, I don't get involved. I'm not easily impressed. Again, your intellectual ability, when you demonstrate it, naturally, that's what can impress me. You're not material, not going to do it. I've been there long before you guys have. And I've done more side on high level. And a substance not in a nothing where material out there. Is when you can find your heaven inside. And from finding it inside, then you manifest it outside. That's when you see your true thoughts. This is that big head of yours. We're having some brain in it. The most important asset you guys have. That's the most important asset you guys have. You know what I mean? Ask question. Ask a whole lot of questions. When you ask questions now, you're opening up your way for receive answers. But when you just make statement like you know everything, you close yourself, you can't learn. Right now, boom, them door they close to you. But for the man we are seek, for the man we're on that journey, for the man we're on that quest, asking question, all kind of portals are open. We have to be totally receptive to learning, and we can't watch where we are get the information from. If baby, let's take what we need and give thanks. We don't even have to curse the baby out. You get me? If it's from a gay, let's take the information and give thanks. We don't have to burn out the gay. We just take what we are getting and we're gone. Most of we are missed the boat. Probably a man not one of those polished Ivy League, whatever. A man has said them information, they are joke. Well, that's fine for you. Because I can only resonate and vibrate with like mind. With people who choose to vibrate on this frequency. That's why here I am on this platform, which say, oh, cool. You know what I mean? Because we don't talk this thing, you know, we live it. I am that living testimony. I experienced stepping into that court and that honorable judge recognize I as the true judge there. With my documents being the court, what I'm totally afraid of. and them accept and acknowledge. I've never experienced that before. That's the first for me. And the learned man, them see them have them thing that going on. But my first shot, criminal court, that's impressive, guys. That's not sitting behind some microphone on YouTube talking shit. You know what I mean? That's you actually out in the battlefield. Oh, that Sonny Scott, I asked what, yo, man, not even look on the chat, my brother. Forgive me. The difference of sensimania and marijuana, brother. Marijuana is just a term for the European. Sensimania is a specific grade or brand of herb where we carry in Jamaica, where we originate these things. However, let's not get off topic, my brother. Forgive me. Yes, I. Yeah, you know, I'm not used to this life thing, you know, so they are them have to truly, you know, bear with me. Because, you know, as we go along, we will improve this thing. Because eventually, you got to see my image out there, you know, because I'm not really a hide. I can't hide. I try find some ways to put up some picture, but I not figure it out yet. And true, me know me and some of these government officials, me just, you know, it's just a matter of time before I move this thing from the camera where you can actually see me, visualize me, because I can't hide. I have no reason to hide. I'm in my low capacity. You get me? And I emit no fear on no level. It's not in me. You know what I mean? I have some tape recording of the interview with the police trial January 9th. Anybody where they in the island need for come at 36 South Camp Road Traffic Court. It's going to be an event. Got my suit ready, my shoes ready, my clothes ready. When them tell me I have court date at a particular days, my clothes ready from 2 days in advance. Guys like, what? I finally get an audience. Listen, I wish I had a recording in that court, because it's not about going in there being rude. This is one of the problems with some of our people. It's not about being rude. It's about being completely respectful and maintaining your honor. It's not about because you know some things here and you know some things there. Hey, now show off on some boy or me show off on some girl, brethren, because you have to understand, so the place where them are come from, them cannot help themselves. Them cannot. So you were up on a higher level of know, say, yo, I just salute the divinity in other person, yeah, and just keep it going. Because even the Bible itself will tell us, say, enough, I have no respect for persons. So just salute the divinity within the person and leave that person alone. It's simple as that. So, brethren, they are them have to activate. If they are them not activate, it's going to be, I don't want to say too late, because it's never too late. But, you know, the longer you wait in that, you say, uncomfortable state. Because, yeah, you shall be tested, just like how I am being tested. But I've been preparing for this moment for a very long time. It's nothing new for I. I'm like one of those old boxers that's been training for years. Every time you get a fight, when the opponent realizes who it's up against the opponent, duck. And then you become disappointed. Damn, when am I going to get that big show? You know what I mean? So that's just me. I'm totally excited. Because I do something. This is my purpose. So to really, because if you talk, that is one thing. Demonstrating it. Hey, it takes guts. It's only the bold and the brave can do those things. So I honor and salute the warrior them out there where I do it. I honor and salute the warrior them will say, yo, me have a driver's license, you know, I can't talk to the one them we are bow. We are try to teach people, say, do this way, and when you check it out, you know, them are do it the system way. We need pioneers, brother. We need trendsetters. You know what I mean? We need true leaders. And we don't need nobody to lead us. We need leaders who lead themselves, so we can pattern ourselves after those man example. I tell you, every time you want a leader, go stand in the mirror. Go stand in the mirror. And go easy. Because most things we see, we come and see. And believe me, all our way I say, we're going to leave it right here. So I not for envy, I brother, for absolutely nothing we have. I won't close the door on my brother if I know that I can be that gate for that brother. Go. You can come through my property anytime. You get me? Yeah, man. Just come with the right frequency. You can't go around our energy. I not take no credit for nothing at all. I share with the ones. I give that to my ancestral spirit. I don't take no credit for these things. Much things. And where me get it from? That's why I have to study every day, brethren. That's why I have to apply myself, sister. And that's why I encourage you all to become competent. You know what I mean? You know have to be as smart as brother Awa. You know have to be as smart as brother Darkman X. You know have to be as smart as Aboriginal Pathfinder. You just want to know, so you make your step. And from your step, you're going surprised to see the amount of doors and windows and portals will open up. All you have to do is just make the choice to say, yeah, man, I make that step here, you know. Bold and brave. Not this little sissy shit. Kind of getting at some ones, because sometimes the information is really genuine. I must say give thanks, but then the ones them inject them opinion with it. You gotta have the man them we're not living it, you know, and them I do the research, you know, and we have to commend those ones. We have to respect those ones. We have to honor those ones. You know what I mean? But the little mediocre thing, some man where I do this thing and a police never shove a rifle in them face and say, yo, who you? Them never go through these things. Them never see 30, 40 police converge on you. Total intimidation. And I threaten you, I tell you all what them are going to do, and you have to stand firm and stand your ground and say, watch you, if I hear something going to do it now. Because I will never submit. You know what I mean? I'll never surrender. I'm not in a war with you guys. I'm non-combative. I'm neutral here. You know what I mean? And you stand your ground. Because they have to test you. This is my third test. And after this test, you know, it's an absolute victory. Why? Because I'm correct in my cause. I'm lawful in my cause. So the consequences of such cause is the same. And this is what I have to share with you guys. Brethren, correct our meditation, man. Make we try balance our thoughts. The ancient them says when your emotion, you know, and your thoughts, you know, come together with your feeling, that's when you start emit changes, you know. Yeah, so them thing are some high level thing, but those who out there we can get it, take it. The one them I said go over them head. Listen, don't worry. Because when I talk to people, it go past them person and go directly to them soul. So you know have to worry. What a man have to do is prepare themselves to activate. It make no sense to sit and gather a bunch of information for a bunch of years and years and years and you never even test yourself. You never even test yourself. You understand what I say? Brethren, this is for the bold. This is for the brave. When the foreigners came here, them come and see some people, them call us. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And don't be belligerent. And everybody not for be bad people, brother. Let's try to be the good people. One of the things for the people, man, you know what I mean? Oh, me so humble. That's what them are saying. No? So me I ask them, what I want to see? You don't want to see somebody with wings? Only because a lot of people will probably have some information or like you're entertainer, you normally have an entourage. Whenever they see me, it's just me alone. Or probably me and a one person or a one female, and that's it. You know what I mean? But I know I'm never alone. Because this is the beauty about the ancestors. What you're actually doing is awakening your ancestors. That's what you actually start doing. And the moment you even do a basic genealogy research, that's a basic. and go back to even the 1800 and start research the people and the actual people in your bloodline, so what kind of work them do, so where them it was and how it is, and that are gonna be moving to you. Them thing they're powerful. Them thing they give perspective. Them thing they give foundation. And without the foundation, any man come and move you. That's why I said nothing last out there. Every group after a while, see it gone. And then through everybody achieve that money. You know what I mean? Just give a man enough money, the tune change. You know what I mean? We start out this way. When you get some money, it's a different way. We start singing a different tune. So we have to remove enough of these kind of trinkets, you know? And we have to come real. We have to come true. We have to be truthful to ourselves first. We have to have respect to ourselves first. We have to show honor to ourselves first. Very important. You talk about freedom. This come with a whole bunch of responsibility. You have to can't say, hey, I'm sorry. I'm a mess up right there, you know. I'm really sorry about my mess up. You know, you say it enough to yourself, you find yourself, I say it to the person, and you're gonna feel much better. But if you do not activate and all you want to do is just plug into one YouTube, it's like soap opera. That's how I see it. It's like soap opera. Some of the topics them is like soap opera. I'm like, oh, them thing you free the people them, oh, them thing you show the people them how to correct themselves. Brethren, when you do C1 filing, and you can put me have 100 when I go change and 150 million claim on that name. These are the basic things where the item of your study up. I mean, the advanced people them. And then now you know, you put everything into a express trust. You have a little trustee, Wise's trustee handbook where the basic, teach you the basic, download the thing, get the thing, learn the thing, study the thing, and do the thing. This is when you have to ask permission from no third party and need no government regulation in order to do all of these things. And when you do all of these things, you put that same birth certificate within that trust you created, that you are the trustee. Now you don't own nothing, but you control everything. It's that simple. People don't want to tell you these things. They might charge you a bag of money for come at them class, come do a bag of way. Information won't have. But for the people that we can't afford it like me, then what we are gonna do? We're gonna just get left out. Like Noah, the door closed on us, car. We can't afford it. We don't have no goal. Come on. Come on. We have to do better than that. You have some brother out there with them so advanced, brethren. Them a teach too. Them so advanced and them so comfortable when they show you them lavish lifestyle. I'm ask myself, so why them a charge so much money? Oh, them now for me now for some people who just definitely when not have no money. Oh, when I hear about these things. Or them thing they are for the free rich millionaire who can more than afford it. But it seems like a them thing they are going higher. We can do better higher. I say unification on our level. I know my brethren Darkman agree with me. Unification on our level. We have to look past enough for the petty. More out there. No more. I don't have a problem with you guys. I don't have a problem with the ones that say choose to be a Pan-African, listen, whatever you choose to be, that's you. You have a right to self-identification. You have a right to self-determination. You choose what you want to be. You have that right. And I have to respect that right. Just like how I choose what I am. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And we say we have a sovereign state capacity, oppose or contrary to the foreign state capacity. You know what I mean? And I have a document out there where I show as prima facie legal evidence that Jamaica is a corporation listed as debtor on the stock market. Its status is in Washington. These things are public record. So when the government of Jamaica, like that traffic court, RME, stating them have jurisdiction, and I say, listen, it's totally impossible because you're in an administrative capacity. Totally impossible. When me I show you, say you are a corporation and you talk to a living man, the two cannot exist. This is like oil and water. You know what I mean? And the moment you start engaging me with that fictitious language, because you cannot talk to me in ordinary English, I cannot hear you. And there's all kind of, it's a $25 million penalty for that crime. And when Larry, Curly, and Mo conspired on that highway because I requested a supervisor, and Larry acted as a supervisor while Curly take command and put on handcuff and take. The moment you stop me on the highway, Curly, you're interfering with my liberty. The moment you place handcuff on me, you don't have to take me down to a jailhouse or nothing like that. From your place handcuff, it's false arrest and imprisonment, and that constitute a tort claim. Brethren, you mess with the right one. I thank you guys. I really thank you guys. You know what I mean? Because now we get a chance to demonstrate in the earth the power of the Creator. That's why we chant and we hear the mystic law of the universe and its protective forces in nature. So yes, at the level where I carry it. So you guys can keep on want to keep. Nothing wrong with that. But there's stages to this thing. Yeah, man. And now we all get the authentic. You know what I mean? This is our cool. You guys are hear me or what? Sometimes it sound like me I talk to myself. Me I forget a group inside my house when me I do this thing. Am I cut off? Yeah, me I forgot get some music in the background or something like that, you know. But as we go along, listen again. You guys need for copyright, copy claim that all caps name. It makes sense. But when you learn how to create your express trust and put everything, ladies, even your underwear, you put in that express trust. Your husband can't tell you nothing. You get me? Him not own it. You not own it. You just control it. You know what I mean? So once you put everything in the trust, man, that's it. You don't have to worry about the outside third party anymore. Because them create that name. Them really are gonna have all authority for control it. However, you are the registered owner. You know what I mean? All you have to do is learn how to claim it, and then just, do what you want with it. It's not about overtaking the government. That's foolishness. The government are your corporate public servant. Them work for you. You just have to put yourself in the correct status where you can give them instructions. Some of them might not like it, but the majority are going to respect and honor it. A lot of people don't even, especially on the island, these guys don't know nothing. The guys them we do know, they stay in the background. And send like Larry, Curly, and Mo, they send them on the front line so they can cannibalize them later. Yeah, man. The moment you put your hand on me in the form of a search, it's called assault and battery. You have no idea what you've done. However, I'm not here to bring no harm to no one. My cause is correct. My cause is lawful. So I'm confident of the absolute victory. You know what I mean? Which the consequence shall bring. Because the victory going to be correct, the victory going to be lawful. Prove, we don't need to prove nothing to each other. See, we need to try build each other. If you don't like me, and me say I don't like you, well, that is a bonus. We don't have to even talk to each other. No need for sling words and all that like some sissy. I never like them kind of vibe there. When niggas are talk about that other dude, that's some girl, that's some not even girl acting like that anymore. A girl would have stepped to her next girl and slap the mess out of her. So we have to move away from that. We really need to activate her. We need for us to operate, and it's not adverse to the system. You know what I mean? It's just outside of the system. That's it. But yeah, as we go along, we have a plethora of other things. And again, as I said, there's nothing new. I can only paraphrase what all the other great ones, that was ahead of me. You have some brethren like Yusuf L. Boy, salute Yusuf L. Honor and respect Yusuf L. Them man, they bring the documents. Those guys bring the documents. Them put them documents where their mouth is. They not just tell them junk. Ian, we have to salute Ian, even though he's one of those, what them call it again. I don't want to call him a pedophile because I don't know the specific detail, but them say him is one of those registered sex offenders. I don't know, but I still have to salute the information. You know what I mean? This is why it is important for the true ones, them balance themselves, for not get caught up. You know what I mean? Because I can look at my life and I can't look for nothing when I say, hey, I'm ashamed of. I don't have none of those things in my background. So you have many call. But I'm gonna elect them out they were chosen, man. And them know themselves. And them are put in the work. And them are put in the work silently. Them not depend this thing and I yip yap like everybody else. Brethren, I give the eye my basic thing when I get from a Buddhist monk. It's a form of meditation. You see, true, most of the time people confuse their mind. They're all over the place. You have to employ your mind. Give your mind a job. You will be the boss of that mind. What you do, you tell your mind to listen to sound. And the moment you're aware and become cognizant of listening to that sound, that's when you know it's called focus. If it's a bus going on the road, you just focus on that dominant sound until it changes. If it's a bird, but right now, you give your mind something to do. You're the boss. So every time you find yourself a drift or think about this or thinking about that, you just say, listen to sound. Give it that job. Now this should quiet most of you guys' mind and help you guys to focus so you guys can at least start studying some of these words. You know what I mean? Right? Now makes sense we using the words and we don't know what it means. Here it sounds nice when we call it big words, but put it on paper now and see if we can find a sentence structure for that big word. We have to apply ourselves, people. A bit tough for a lot of people, but it's going to be one of them euphoric moments for others. Because while other people are find them hell, you have other people are find them heaven right here on earth. Aboriginal gem finder, death to self, Sonny Scott. I am what that Q. Anna, Miss Nia. Always Anna, Macadam one, Anna. Boy, I love it when it's simple, truly. We love it when it's simple because you see every great thing start from a simple or a humble or a meek beginning. And this is how I want to keep putting, a Jurat society where we can form our own tribunal where on an international level, some people around there in a trouble, we have a little unit around there where we can help the ones them. We have our own bond company. We have our own insurance company in the private. Where we say indemnification opposed to saying insurance. That third party, we don't have use for it. Our brain works just fine. You know what I mean? Anna, brother. Anna Q. Yeah, man. But brethren, you have some documents out there know these things, especially the one we are talking about false arrest and false imprisonment. Yeah, man. Them have a phrase where them say forcefully to deprive a man of his freedom to go wherever he may is clearly a trespass. False imprisonment was indeed one of the first trespass recognized by the common law. Listen, there's so much laws and laws and laws out there, but let's get this clear. According to their documents, the only supreme law of the land is the 1787 Constitution. You get me? With the 1789 Bill of Rights, were ratified in 17 91, which derive from the 1781 Article of Confederation. That's the only supreme law of the land. All of these other laws are foreign laws, foreign maritime admiralty laws. They are laws of the sea. They are commercial laws. And listen, again, give thanks. Give thanks. We become cognizant of the fact where people use the word commerce and without knowing that there's a distinction. Commerce is the dealings or the intercourse with foreign entities. That's the area which is America, except on the next side of the world, on the next continent. Then that would be commerce, international. But if I'm trading right here in the Americas, that's trade. Think them use these words, forget the better of us. Yeah, man. Them enslave with the same words. And then them use a next trick. If we choose not to speak, them say, oh, that's silent acquiescence. So either way, you have to do something. What means say don't talk, let's put it in writing and place it somewhere where them have to take note of it. You know what I mean? Put anything and everything in writing and place it on the public record. And just look at the reaction. You can't tell me say you want a private letter RM, because I think about giving you a private letter, but my spirit has said place this letter in the public domain. Let them notify you of the letter. You know what I mean? In other words, we need to activate. The people that want to activate are going to be the people them where they're in a specific group there. You know what I mean? Big man. Do something, man. Do anything, aya. You get me? Jump in, rent a vehicle and take off the plates off of the vehicle and just go through then, even though, and you know, when the trouble come and it asks you, just smile and say, I'm sorry, the plate is in the back, and you put it back on. Do something, try something, make a move. You know what I mean? Demonstrate, you know, just passive, sir. It don't work. All right, me and that man reads upon some level where I say, yo, if I jump out there and I do certain things, because the man them were truly free, and the man them will do the thing and get free. Them will tell you how to get there. But a man where in the same position like you, won't go through him can talk nice. Him not free, so how him I tell you about freedom? You know what I mean? Him not travel, so why am I tell you about traveling when I drive every day with a driver's license? You know what I mean? When I tell you about self-identification and him have a government passport and a government document and him don't even know how to endorse these documents to make it his own. This is why we have to come together. Yo, link and ask me any question, man. I'm share that with the item, man. But don't have me talking all day and you can't buy me not even a bottle of water for make sure so boy, my throat not go dry. I'm a choke talking to you. It's not simple. We have too much information where some man have some information and next set of man have some information. Some man don't have nothing at all and just pretending. We need to find a way for us show some information in the air out there and the man them can get it and use it. Have it, for use it. And the one them we are learn, just can learn till them catch up. But yeah, every man have the platform, so I get a chance for, you know. Yeah. Express yourself. Truly express yourself. Boy, I can't wait for playback this to hear what it sound like. But brethren, you hear me keep on and reiterate it. We need to activate. It not take no rocket scientist. You know what I mean? And it's not about, hey, we are go against anything. No, we just correct ourselves. And we are use law to do it. You know what I mean? And we govern under the common law. So if there is not an injured party or a damaged party, then, you know what I mean? Whatever your rules or codes or regulation, it really doesn't apply to us. And I never write these things. These things are set in stone. Yeah, man. You have some brethren out there when I come across along the way. I have to extend an olive branch to all of the ones them. Cause really and truly more time when I come when we're in the battlefield and thing, when I get caught in the line of fire. And the moment when I make a misstep, then it's like, you know, when I get caught in that part the way is, you know, is just judgment. If you know, so boy, all of the ones them we come across is just respect and honor. And if there's an opportunity for we link again and can set certain things straight, we can do that too. And if we have to push forward and know, say boy, that is that, we can do that too. You know what I mean? But I intend to know something and keep it to myself. When I think that fair. You get me? It's for share the information and not a problem. But don't ask me to do this and do that and from the work for you guys. You guys have to do the work. You guys have to do the work. Never know me have them whole heap of talk here, you know what I mean? But it look like me can go on and on and on. But me need one of them back and forth thing that people ask some questions. Drop some question in the chat and see if me can respond to anything. Yeah, that might can work. Some tune, even though some people don't like certain tune. They have some tune and I have to give a little credit, you know. And I take with time out, work away, I get familiar with this thing. And every now and again I see where the connection I cut off or say it unstable, so I really don't know what it sound like. Truly. However, we give thanks for the opportunity. I'm going to break down government of Jamaica versus my sovereign state capacity. This is a no-brainer. One of them easy victory. Because you can't tell me so the government of Jamaica is not a corporation. How can you say that? You know what I mean? When everything is corporate, registered organization capacity, it's considered a corporate. Oh, the express trust. Yeah, me that's the wisest that information. Cause I like when people go look and discover and when them start study, then you can come in front of me and we can really reason. But yeah. Father's son. Yeah, well listen. Every entity with the birth certificate, that name, you just claim that name. Whether you're children or not. You as a parent, you copy claim, put everything in your name. When you start study about trust, because you hear all of the man them, the USFL, the Tex Mason, all of the ones them out there do these things long. You know what I mean? Them a talk about trust. But the best thing when me come across is the expert. And all of the information is there, especially if you're already up on a level, you know what I mean? Oh, they cut the volume again, eh? Yeah, yeah, you know what this thing is. You know what this thing is. You know what the YouTube is, you know. So I'm not gonna critique YouTube. I'm not gonna do none of these things. I not have time for it. I not give them energy there. It's just tough. We just have to just take the little what we are get and try to deal with it. Most of the people them will know me, them have access to me, you know the email, you know the phone number, you know what I mean? The other day, I made have to shut it down a bit because this is how it is. You gotta have time when we shut it down. We're not taking a call or we're not really interact because we can't afford to burn out ourselves because of people when not reciprocate. You know what I mean? You're not activating, you not do some things, you not do nothing at all. You just want to talk about a whole heap of things. Yeah, man. We say it's going in and out, Miss Nia. Sonny Scott, yeah, all of the Caribbean island. Listen, the United States of America Corporation govern everything, man. And the US are them fiscal agent. You know what I mean? The United States Inc. are the fiscal agent. And it's totally separate and different from America. So when you hear the sovereign man say he's an American citizen, then what's that? Chatayaha. Okay, how long would it you consider? Listen, if you're astute enough and you have some information and you learn some information and thing, it's just according to how ready you are. So the moment you don't really have to call anyone for ask them certain question, you know you're ready, you know you're competent, you know where to look to find answers when you have question, you know you're ready, you know you're competent. What me do, I call the IRS direct, I call Washington's. You know what I mean? To get the EIN number, I call them direct. When I make a mistake and realize it not come true, I call them again. And if I can do it, guys, me I tell you, not like a rocket scientist. You know what I mean? How many years of study should come first? It depends on what you talk about. Me have a bunch of different things under my belt. Me have a whole heap of theology under my belt. Me have a whole heap of science under my belt. And that are just me, and that's nothing to brag about, really. So it depends on what you talk about when you talk about how many years. I've been studying for a whole lot of years. I remember a group of guys telling them a lot of information. And I tell them most of this information won't be privy until about 25 years from now. And I remember in 2008, look at it, it's 25 years and still a lot of people telling you that it wasn't. It's when 2012 come in, a lot of information open up. That's how come I get a whole lot of documents that when I look for those documents, they delete them now. Oh, and that's in the passport. That's like the quantum. You just said the post. It's the post office information. Because you know, they said the post office is the bureaucracy was sit on all government agencies. So the moment you lock into the post office and create, you know, a different level then, whole different jurisdiction. But that again is a whole heap of, I come across a lot of different information, multiple school of thoughts. Lot of different school of thoughts. So when you talk about endorsement and thing, it's like when you place an adhesive stamp on any one of your documents and you cancel the stamp by autographing it and putting copyright copy claim on the date under it. That's when you become that document. But them thing again is another set of information. Most people now go even know about this information. Here in Jamaica, these people are totally clueless. Because when you check the politicians here, you have to understand, so the millionaire that was here, the colonizers that were here, those people ain't going to be no politicians. Those people, children, politicians come from places like Compound, where them have a lot of wayward ones, wayward boys, and some boys' homes where them send those boys to the university and train them. That's why them most of them are corrupt, some money hungry. They never had nothing. So for sell you guys out to sell us out, it mean nothing to them. But remember, if the government of Jamaica is a foreign corporation, then whoever and all employees of that government is foreign to us. The judicial vote, and they have the legislative so-called agreements, you know. So if you know how to invoke their oath of office on public record or invoke your unalienable, your inherent right, then most of the time them acknowledge these things, guys. If you don't demand or claim a right, then you know have none. Them just presume so you don't know nothing, you know have nothing. And in my first criminal court, the judge recognized I as that superior justice in that court. And then make the whole court know it, down to the detective that brought me in court. I was like, where's Mr. Roach? Mr. Roach! And when I salute him over there, they were cheering for me. It was so surreal. People them that brought me into the tribunal was actually a cheer for me. Was an interesting situation, man. However, I know say it's just after turning, you know. We have to set this precedent so we can move forward. But people have to. Yeah, man. Anyway, people, we're gonna wrap it up, you know. We give thanks for the patience. But as we go along, you know, we find some way to disseminate some of these information in some practical ways. We need to get things done. We need to see people demonstrate certain things where we can look at that as example and say, yes, yes, yes. You know what I mean? Yes, yes, you have done that. Let's go do that. Too much talking. You hear what I said? Right now, me I demonstrate all of what me I live. All of what I'm living, me I demonstrate it. And because me I live it, the foreign court draw me in them forward. I know them not try to elicit no harm or inflict no. In Jamaica, your man can get killed for 5,000 Jamaican dollars. And a Guineas with a spliff. You don't need no bag of money. So it's never that energy. It's about you being correct and lawful and can't where I come behind you now. Have a more smoother pathway. That's all it is. We have to take stock of our children. And the most important thing this is what I always think about the children. Now we can impart some of them information here to the children because the adult them is one thing for them get it. But really when you get it, it's really fair try break it down and pass it on to these children because them are going to take it and run with it. So we really have to start see how we can get the children them involved in asking questions. Don't start about them too bright or them too faced. No man. Let them ask questions. Let them force us to go research and come back with an answer. This is how we can grow. But yes, I said this connection thing messing around as usual. Kyo, nam yoho, renge kyo, nam yoho, renge kyo. Of people, peace and love, honor,